That would allow me to not only irrigate here in my back pasture for any of these paddocks, but also I could have a dedicated. Hey y'all, it's Bo with Better Together Homestead. Today we are pitting the RainPoint up against the Orbit. These are two smart timers. RainPoint has sponsored this video, so thank you very much to RainPoint for sponsoring this video. They want me to be 100% brutally honest of how these two timers compare with each other. They made some claims. I'm excited to see if those claims are correct. Also, what RainPoint sent me was their smart moisture meter that pairs perfectly with this timer. So that is one thing that the RainPoint has that the Orbit does not have. But let's start the competition. All right, so I'm in the back pasture of my property where I really have to do a lot of work. This is where I do most of my irrigation. The garden is great, I irrigate that for sure, but I really want to put these to the test for managing land and smart irrigation. So there's some things that RainPoint wanted me to cover, and to be honest, I don't fully understand them all. I'm gonna do some real world tests, but let's get some of these talking points out of the way. So the way that RainPoint connects to their gateway is 2.4 gigs of Wi-Fi, or G of Wi-Fi. I don't fully know, just I have that, so you need to be able to have something like that. They also say that the RainPoint cuts water loss by 19.14% versus the 15.9% for the Orbit. Y'all, I don't know how to test this. I mean, if you're having water loss, then I just don't understand it. So if you're having water loss for both, for a person like me, this means nothing. Either you have a leak in there or you don't, or if you're cutting water loss, and that means that you're just putting less water on the land, I don't understand that. Now, how far the Wi-Fi will reach, absolutely, that's what we're gonna test right now, because that's a big deal in my opinion. I live on land and I want the Wi-Fi to be able to reach as far as it possibly can. So we're gonna pull up the RainPoint app. It says it's online. We can reach Wi-Fi here. Let me see if I can do zone. Okay, so I'm talking to this from the Wi-Fi right now. So you'll hear, let's just do it for 10 minutes. Do you hear that? So it just now clicked. That is, oh, you can even see it blinking. I think, yeah, that means it's working. So I did all that from my phone. So I just stopped it, cool. All right, now let's see if the Orbit will work. It says 100% battery. It looks like water manually. Okay. So that didn't do anything. So clear the delay. Well, I'm trying to get it to work. Ah, there it goes. It says it is disconnected. All right, so this is where I am. I had to go, I mean, you can see there's a house right there. The Wi-Fi is in our living room of our main house, which is right there. But then both of the Wi-Fi timers are in the studio because I didn't want all that, you know, in our main house. So this guy, the Orbit, just now came on. So there's the house. The Orbit only comes on for right around this far. Once I get past here, it ends up stopping. So you can see it's running now, but if I tried to restart it, it wouldn't work. And the RainPoint can reach all the way to that red bucket and my camera over there. All the way over there. Let's see if it can go farther. All right, it worked right there. No way. All right, so slowing down there. It says it's online. It even says that this guy is online. So that's weird. So let's test this. I don't know, maybe that was just an error. Let's see if we can get this. 16. Wow. I mean, the moisture meter worked, maybe. Okay, maybe it just needed a second. Maybe it just timed out a little bit. Ah! It just did it. Wow, okay. So we're going back still. So you can see it flashing there. Now it's, okay, there it goes. Back here, so this is my furthest irrigation box. So really, I would need it to only go this far. Okay, well that's not updating, so we'll come back to that moisture meter. Let's test this before my phone dies. All right, let's go to zone 2. Confirm. Ah! Wow. It worked. Dude, that's so cool. 20, okay, cool. I don't know why it's not working over there. Maybe it's because it's close to the electrical fence, but that says 22%. So it's working right here. For some reason, it didn't work right over here. Let's put it in here. I have a leak here, unfortunately, that I have to fix, so there's a lot of moisture in there. Okay, let's go ahead and reset that. That should go way, way higher. Yep, that basically says 99%, I think. Oh, there it goes, it did work. 81%. So the amazing thing that the RainPoint timer allows, I didn't know this. And honestly, they sent me this right when my dad died, so I'm way behind on doing anything new and experimenting. But what this would allow us to do is put the timer right here back in the very back, the last irrigation box. I can attach that timer. I can control it with my phone. That would allow me to not only irrigate here in my back pasture for any of these paddocks, but also I could have a dedicated port that would allow me to do some sort of maybe a drip irrigation for my pond dam. All right, so this is gonna be just a quick little demo, not even really a test, as I have ducks quacking everywhere. So this is just to show you that it will work, of course. All right, gonna turn on the water here. Water is on. All right, so we're gonna test this with just doing a manual timer. Turn on the let's try to figure this out. Manual. Okay, let's just do it for 1 minute. If I hit it again. See if that worked. Very long hose. All right, so there we go. So this is if you don't have your phone, you see something needs some manual watering, you just hit a couple of buttons and you hook it up and it waters. I had to manually say I'm gonna do it for 1 minute. Let's go ahead and stop it. So all I had to do is just hit this one button. That's actually pretty good. Now, before I unhook this, I do want to say something that I do somewhat like about having the screen and some extra buttons. My phone died while I was back there recording earlier in the video, so I don't have access to my phone. So when we do the RainPoint, I'm not going to be able to say the minutes on this. So that's a downside to no screen. Because with the screen, I didn't have my phone. I was able to see, oh, I have there's a spot here that I need some extra water. Let me hit a couple of buttons without being a smart device and make it work. So being close to the house with the smart device, I could use my phone, but without it, I was able to do it even without the phone because of the screen and the extra buttons and the turning knob. All right, now I'm here with the RainPoint. So this is very self-explanatory. There's only 2 buttons to hit. You either hit zone 1, zone 2, or they say left and right. Intuitive, great, fantastic, you hit the button. Wait for it. Maybe. Okay, so a delay there, and then there's water. So that's great. You just hit one button. You're walking by, you see you need water. You hit one button. You don't even have to like think at all. Now the thing that you do have to figure out is how long is this going to run? I don't know because I don't have my phone. So now what I have to do is I got to go get my phone to figure this part out. Turn it off. That was easy. You hit one button and it's off. All right, so now I have my phone. Let's see. Let's go into this timer. Let's do manual or multiple times. All right, let's do 1 minute. And everything's in the metric system, so that's different. Maybe I can change that somehow. All right, so I just now turned it on. And here's the watering. Now I want to know if I'm walking by and I don't have my phone, if I hit this same button, will it do it for 1 minute? Let's see. No, it did it for 10 minutes. So if I don't want it to be that, then I have to figure that out. Go ahead and stop it. Okay. So now I'm coming into here. I guess that's the settings. Now I'm walking by, I hit the button, 1 minute. Okay, cool. So that's good. Super easy to customize that. That did not take any time at all. That was a piece of cake. All right, things are still pretty dirty and messy from that last test. Let's go over a quick, just last review. And again, thank you to RainPoint for sponsoring this video, but they told me that I was allowed to be 100% honest, so I'm gonna do that. But just know, I wanna be open and clarify that. So I really like them both. So the Orbit is $109.99, so 110. The RainPoint is $89.99, 90 bucks. So 110 versus 90. So you're talking $20 difference between these two. I like the look of it. I like the build of it. I really like this knob here. I think it's really good. I have nothing against Orbit because I've used their manual timers for years here on our property. And it's really great. Let's see. I don't love that part. So I'll say that with Orbit. The battery, so water tends to get into these things, especially for Orbit and their manual timers. So it's a fairly decent seal, but it's not, it could be better. It doesn't feel quite the same as the RainPoint. The RainPoint, y'all, this thing just feels solid. Now let's talk about the very big obvious. This guy has a manual screen on it. This one doesn't. I like the manual screen. I do. If I had to choose between the two, I would take the manual screen. But then, it's the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is insanely better with this. So, I can't use this in the back of my property. For a garden timer, this, like near your house, this is pretty good. I like it. I think that this one would be a good fit. I have 7 acres. It reached everywhere that I could go on my 7 acres. 7.6 acres if you want to expand that out a little bit. Way to go, RainPoint. I have no idea the EMFs that this little gateway router Wi-Fi extender, I have no idea what that is. Then in addition, you have this moisture sensor. This thing is awesome. I went and I walked around my property and just kind of stuck this into a lot of things. What? Whoa. 29%. Oh, what? My goodness, it's thick in here. There we go. All right, hit that button. 23%? What? What would a cow patty be? All right, so here is my compost pile. This is mainly cow manure. Let's check it. 65%. Wow. Okay. That's cool to know. This is a fresh, so this is probably just fresh cow patty right here from this morning. 99%. Holy moly. So this guy being 20 bucks makes it the same price. You get the moisture meter as the same price as the Orbit. I would do it. I think it's great. I'm excited to use this and to use these two in the back of my property. I'm just excited to be able to do that. Now I'll say this, RainPoint also sent me, they bought me this Orbit. I'm not gonna throw this one away. I'm not gonna just trash it. I'm not gonna sell it. I'll probably use it somewhere on my property. It's just gonna have a limited, I don't know if I will. I'll probably keep it as a backup, to be honest, because I wanna be in one system, and because this has the extended Wi-Fi, it's a better system. I'm not gonna be juggling two apps. So I'll be honest, I'm not gonna use it. That is what it is. I like this. This is a good setup. RainPoint has some exclusive offers for you, some discounts down below. Go check those out. We'll see you on the next one.